If you're thinking about moving to Massachusetts, you might want to wait. I'm going to share with you 6 things that you definitely need to know here before you decide to make a move here to Massachusetts. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end so you don't end up making a mistake and move to the wrong state. So let's get straight to it. Number 1, a high cost of living. Massachusetts, the cost of living here is very high, and some of the home prices can be very expensive. Groceries can be very expensive. So if you're coming from a place where it's cheaper, so coming here to Massachusetts is definitely gonna be way more expensive living here. I mean, I got my I received my bill, I think it's my gas bill, in the mail a couple of days ago. I was actually shocked and upset at the same time how my bill has changed now. You know, it was up like a $200 something more, and you know, because here in Massachusetts it does get very cold, so sometimes for the heat, you know, you're gonna pay, your bills will be really high, and it's only getting worse. Massachusetts is not getting cheaper here, it's only getting worse. So make sure you are ready for that when you move to Massachusetts. I mean, most people that move to Massachusetts, it's either for like a job opportunity or schools here in Massachusetts, but depends where you're going to live here in Massachusetts. It can be really expensive. So that's something you should consider before making a move here to Massachusetts here. And I actually did some research. Most people are leaving Massachusetts because of the high cost of living. I mean, there's some other places that you can live and get a better lifestyle here than Massachusetts and pay less. You know, there's some other states where you could buy a home for like $400,000 and get a decent home here, but in Massachusetts, especially like in the Boston area, you can buy nothing with the $400,000. And you know, we're talking about $1 million plus here in Massachusetts. So make sure you are prepared for that before you decide to make a move here to Massachusetts. And number 2, harsh winters. So here in Massachusetts, the winters is terrible here in Massachusetts. I mean, this is something that I hate about Massachusetts, is the winter. I can't really do winter. I came from a tropical island, so when I moved here to Massachusetts back in 2008, and the winter was just terrible here in Massachusetts. It gets really cold, and we get like heavy snowstorms here in Massachusetts, especially like in the Boston area here. So it gets really cold. So if you're coming from a place where, you know, it doesn't get really cold, it's always like warm, when you come here to Massachusetts, to make sure you are prepared for that. And on top of the being cold and with the snow, and also here we have some like long winters, and it does get dark pretty fast. So around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's already really dark. You know, it starts to get cold like in October, and it doesn't get warm until like April. So you know, it's like a long winter. It feels forever here in Massachusetts. So for me, like, I really hate winter here in Massachusetts. If you have a very like sensitive skin, you can find yourself with like a dry skin, and the winters can be very dry. The winter here, it's terrible. I mean, I think some people enjoy the winter, but gonna move to Massachusetts, make sure you are prepared for the winter, because it does get really cold here in Massachusetts. Some days it'll be like below 0. All right, so number 3 here is high taxes. So here in Massachusetts, we have the state income tax, then we got like excise tax, property tax, that can be very high here in Massachusetts, while in some other states you don't have like state income tax, and that can take a lot of chunk of your paycheck here in Massachusetts. You know, you're gonna pay tax on everything. I got my excise tax in the mail a couple of weeks ago. It's just crazy how it has changed over the years, man. I used to pay less than $100. Now I'm paying like over $400 for excise tax for my car. So just be prepared for the tax. I mean, like I said, you want to pay tax on every little thing you go. And I think the tax, it's here in Massachusetts, I think it's almost 7%. Like when you go to the store and buy stuff, you're gonna pay a lot of taxes. And if you're a person that, and the next thing that you should definitely know is the traffic. Traffic here in Massachusetts can be really bad here, especially in the Boston area. There's not a single day that you're not going to be stuck in the traffic. They're always doing construction work on the road, so it's always traffic. And also you're going to find a lot of like potholes. A lot of the time too, it's hard to find the park. I mean, it's not every area here in Massachusetts that you're going to find traffic, but if you're going to be in the Boston area, you're definitely gonna be stuck in the traffic sometimes for like hours in the traffic. So there's no way that you're gonna escape traffic here in Massachusetts. I think Massachusetts is the second state with the most traffic, I believe. Last time I did my research, I think New York is number one, and also Florida too, the traffic there too, but Massachusetts is up there with those states here. So if you're coming from a place where, you know, you get stuck in the traffic, then you'll be fine. But if you're coming from somewhere where, you know, you're not used to the traffic, so coming here to Massachusetts, you're definitely gonna be stuck in the traffic here. So make sure you're ready for that. All right, the next thing is weather. Aside from the winter, and here in Massachusetts too, it does rain a lot. So a lot of the time, you know, we get like rains after rains. A lot of the time, you know, you can't really do a lot outside. Next one here that you should know before you move to Massachusetts is cost of housing. So in some areas here in Massachusetts, it can be very expensive. So that can be very unaffordable for a lot of people. A lot of the homes here can be very expensive, especially if you're moving to the Boston area and the Cambridge area. Some of the homes there can be, you know, very expensive. I'm talking about $1 million plus, and also like the Nantucket area. I mean, there's some areas here that are still affordable here in Massachusetts, places like Springfield, around there, and also like Fall River, New Bedford. You can still get something under 400,000, but some of these areas, obviously they're cheaper for a reason. But if you want to stay in a place where, you know, it has some of the best schools, you know, I'm talking about A+ rated schools, like, you know, Cambridge areas can be very expensive. So make sure that you're ready for something like that, because not only just the home prices, but also the rent will be very expensive in those areas. So, you know, it's what you pay is what you get, you know. So that's something you should definitely consider when you move to Massachusetts. It is not going to be cheap. Whether you're going to buy or you're going to rent, it's definitely going to cost you some money here in Massachusetts. Other than that, Massachusetts is still a very great state here. I mean, we get a lot of people moving to Massachusetts. There's a lot of people leaving Massachusetts. And I moved here since 2008 and never moved since. And I really enjoy Massachusetts, but those things you should definitely know before you make a move to Massachusetts. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more videos about Massachusetts. If you have any questions, reach out to me anytime. Until then, I'll see you on the next video.